Good day, my name is Nia Murata Mustafa, a first year student taking up BS at major in science. In this video, I'm going to discuss the assigned topic for me, which is the crime and terrorism. They are one of the negative global flows and processes. So let's discuss first what is crime. Crime can involve violence, sex, or drugs, but also discrimination, road rage, undeclared work, and burglary. Crime is any behavior or any act, activity, or event that is punishable by law. Crimes of globalization or transnational crimes are crimes that are committed across national borders. Crime is one of these global problems. Criminal activities, old and new, have proliferated, and the threat of violent crime has increased in intensity and scope as a result of globalization. The advances in communication and transportation technology, the openness of borders, and the computer network that make these borders irrelevant, reduce state authority, cyber finances, and offshore banking have enabled organized crime to create flexible, global network and thus evade state regulation. Global trade in weapons of mass destruction and the spread of information about manufacturing nuclear, bacteriological, biological, chemical, and radiological weapons and targeted publicity by globalized mass media has allowed non-state sponsored terrorism to become a chilling possibility. Once available only to a handful to powerful nation-state, individual players and small states now have access to tools of global destruction and terror. And furthermore, globalization has created incentives for local violent crime by threatening employment, wages, and social safety nets in industrial countries. The global circulation of capital and the promulgation of neoliberal economic policies generates an overgrowing gap between the wealthy and the poor, enhancing the attraction of criminal choices. There are different ways of classifying transnational crime, but one way we can do this is as following. The first one is human trafficking, illegal drug trade, money laundering, and the last one is counterfeiting. Let's tackle first the human trafficking. Human trafficking is the recruitment, transportation, harboring, or receipt of people through force, fraud, or deception with the aim of exploiting them for profit. Men, women, and children of all ages and from all backgrounds can become victims of this crime, which occurs in every region of the world. The traffickers often use violence or fraudulent employment agencies and fake promises of education and job opportunities to trick and coerce their victims. The second one is the illegal drug trade. Illegal drug trade is also known as drug trafficking. It is the crime of selling, transporting, or illegally importing unlawful controlled substances such as heroin, cocaine, marijuana, or other illegal drugs. And illegal drug trade also supplies to the illegal selling or transportation of prescription drugs, which has become an increasing problem in recent years. And third one is money laundering. Money laundering is the illegal process of making large amounts of money generated by criminal activities such as drug trafficking or terrorist funding appear to have come from legitimate source. The money from the criminal activity is considered dirty and the process launders is to make it look clean. Okay, and the last one is the counterfeiting. Is this the act of illegally creating facsimiles of a product, document, or currency? In general, counterfeiters are accused of creating these fake items at low cost and selling them at a high value in order to make a profit. So let's proceed in terrorism. Terrorism is defined as action that cause death, serious bodily injuries, and serious damage to private or public property, places, facilities, or other system, and are aimed at intimidating citizens, government, or international organizations. Global transportation make it easier for individuals to move around the world in order to plan and carry out terrorist attacks, and also more porous national borders and the growing inability to control them make it easier for the terrorists to move about relatively freely. They can do whatever they want. Uh, and they can even danger citizens or the um, country itself, and that's why the globalization have a negative impact or effect to us. And I have an example of there are list of terrorist groups that I would like to discuss with. The first one is the Al Qaeda, the second one is the Taliban, and the last one is the Al Shabaab. Al Qaeda is a global terror network founded by Osama bin Laden, has been responsible for thousands of deaths on 9/11 and several other deadly attacks across the globe. This was happened in September 11, 2001, when four passenger airplanes were hijacked by Al Qaeda terrorists, resulting in the mass murder of 2,977 victims in New York, Washington, D.C. and Summers County, Pennsylvania. Bin Laden was named as the orchestrator and prime suspect. The attacks led to the U.S. war in Afghanistan, aka Operation Enduring Freedom, launched on October 7, 2001, driving bin Laden's protector, the Taliban, from power although the war continued. Bin Laden was forced into hiding. He had an FBI-issued $25 million on his head. Bin Laden evaded authorities until May 2, 2011, when a covert operation by U.S. Navy SEALs shot and killed the terrorist leader at a private compound in Abbottabad, Pakistan. The U.S. withdrew from Afghanistan in August 2021, and the Taliban resumed power there. The second one is the Taliban, which also refers to itself by the name of its state, the Islamic Emirate of Afghanistan, is a Dambandi Islamic fundamentalist, militant Islamist, and jihadist political movement in Afghanistan. In 2021, terrorism deaths attributed to Al-Shabaab continued to decline, falling 17% from the prior year. One of the 571 deaths attributed to Al-Shabaab in 2021, 93% occurred in Somalia. Compared to 6% in Kenya, the total number of terror incidents fell by 56 attacks to 303 attacks from 2020 to 2021. Over 51% of the attacks in 2021 resulted in at least one fatality. This marks a significant decline from 2020, where 81% of attacks resulted in at least one death. The last one is the Al-Shabaab, a Salafist militant group active in East Africa, first emerged in a battle over Somalia's capital in the summer of 2006. Conversely, globalization may also be a positive factor in reducing crime. International cooperation has become an important tool to prevent and punish global crimes, as evidenced by the increasing influence of mutual assistance treaties or cross-border policy. To face new challenges, the indispensable globalization of crime may also become the most powerful factor in containing both local and global crime.